Good morning to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. So today we are talking about what are you resisting? Are you resisting the very thing you'd like to create? You say you'd like to create. So what is all of that? And what is this resistance? And like, have you ever had that you say you want to create more, or you want to write a book, or you have some other project, and then you sort of never get to it, or you just don't, and then you beat yourself up for not creating it? What is that, and how can we get around it? Maybe even tricking ourselves into creating more. So my question would be, and so this is also then what I'm asking myself when I notice I am choosing that, or there is this energy of avoiding, or how often do you put other things first, the obligations or the chores, and you do all of those, and then by the end of that you are so tired that, oh well, I don't do this today, I don't create today, it will be for another day. And so it goes on and on and on. And what question can you actually ask in that moment? You all might have heard me say that a question can really change the energy of that. So what question could you ask that could open that up, open the space for you, and allow that energy to shift? So please feel free to ask questions here, or say, is this anything that you notice in your life? Also, when you watch this video in the future, think about that. Is this something that is an energy that you know very well in your life? Have you chosen this a lot? And then always also beating yourself up for it, beating yourself up for not creating. And so what is all of that? And can we change it? And how can we change this? So these are actually questions that you can ask you. What is this? What am I choosing here? Am I procrastinating? Am I avoiding? What am I avoiding? What am I resisting? Rather than choosing to enjoy creating your project, enjoying creation. And so another thing might be to set up your space and have it easily accessible for you, so that you don't yet have another barrier of, oh, now I have to set up my easel, I have to set up my paints, I have to, oh, it's so much work, better not. A question can really change the energy around. What is it that you are resisting? What makes you choose the obligations, the chores, before the fun? What is that actually? And when you look at what would it actually create if I gave the fun things an hour a day, or half an hour a day, what would that create? Would this be different? Would it be a different energy in your life? If you really integrate it, how can you sort of make space for that and integrate it and groom that space? How many ways can you actually set up for yourself to have that creation energy? And so I'm wondering, how many ways have you actually set up for yourself to not create? And then you make it wrong. So how many ways have you actually set up to make yourself wrong and beat yourself up? And so are you willing to let that go? What if you don't beat yourself up? It's like, what if you take all of that with humor and you laugh about yourself? Look at it. Here I'm doing this again. I'm again avoiding. I'm again going around my studio. I'm again going around my journal or typewriter or whatever, computer. Who writes still on a typewriter today? I bet there are some people and they enjoy it. Yeah, and if that would be fun, that's even something, maybe that would be fun for you. Or writing with a pen and ink, a really beautiful pen with ink. Yeah, that is really an energy. How fun would that be? Beautiful handwriting. Would you enjoy that? And bring in colors. How can you make this really playful for you? So playful that you cannot avoid it or resist it. I wonder, how can you create this for you? So if you are really honest with yourself, do you really choose to create the things you say you desire to create? Do you? Have you really chosen it? Or do you pretend that you have chosen it? There is this thing about choice where, if you, for a moment, if you just look back at your life, when you really chose something, didn't you also create it? So everywhere that there is this energy, oh, it just got away. Nothing just gets away. So are you willing to let all of that go? That everywhere things got away from you, like they went down the river or something. Nothing really goes away. It's a choice. It's a choice that you are making or not making. That's all. It's that easy. And if you just look at it with humor and joy, could this change the energy? And so maybe start looking at where you have been dragging ideas around that are just like not interesting to you anymore. Like what have you been forcing yourself to create that you don't even want to create anymore? That's just gone. It's really gone. So look at all of this. And then it's like, well, do I actually still really want to create this? Is there still an energy, or am I done with it? But I still try to force myself into it because I said it 10 years ago that I'm going to write this book or whatever it is you said you want to create. Or you should. Shoulds are really a good thing. Shoulds. Oh, I should have done this. I should do more of this. I should create. I should take a class. I should dance. I should. Well, have you really chosen it? That's my question to you. And if you don't, it's like, is it really fun for you? Would it be fun or not? Maybe you have changed. Things change, you change, everything changes. So look at what is it that I really would love to create? Look around and just ask that question. What is it that I would really love to create? Hey, body, what would be really fun for us to create? And just leave that question open. One day you might find yourself on a hike and you find a beautiful bird feather, and then there are these mosses, and then maybe there's a leaf from a tree, and you think, oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to take this home. I wonder, what can I create with this? That. And so then maybe, I don't know, you make a painting with it, or you just put it, you glue it all on a paper or on a piece of wood or whatever you create, or you put it in a box and mount it. And then you might find, oh, I really enjoy this actually. What else can I create here? So that when we stay open and not beat ourselves up always through the sneaky back door where there is the whatever stick that you always use to beat yourself up. So are you willing to let that stick go and just have a good moment every day, every second? And ask questions. What is it that I'm resisting here? Really look at it. Am I resisting? Am I avoiding? And just see what it is. What am I avoiding? What am I resisting? And what do I love about it? What do I love about resisting? What do I love about not committing to me and to joy or to creating? And so it might be that you are not resisting and that there's just no energy for you anymore. So let go of it. Let go of the idea and just ask what would be fun to create. Go in an art supply store, for instance, if this is what you would like to add to your life. That's actually a question to ask. What can I add to my life? That would be fun. And so go to an art supply store and look around and just play. Touch the brushes, look at the chalks, look at the papers, touch the papers. There are so many art papers today. It's amazing. Different kinds of paper. There's pretty paper where there are leaves integrated. And so it's fun. Like what if you go there and just play? Or what other store could be playful to you? Just walk through the world with that question. Where do we go, buddy? What would be fun? You can also go to a museum and look at art. You can go to a concert. Art fairs are actually really beautiful for that. You just walk through and you can explore. You can talk to the artists and like just talk with them. Like, what made you create that? Where does this come from? This is so beautiful when you can talk actually to artists and creators and then also look at what they are creating and wow, this is actually pretty. I wonder, how can I create this? What can I learn about this? Maybe you take a welding class or you learn about metal, whatever. It's really a wide open world. You can go on a nature walk or go to a zoo and look at the animals. There is really, this world is full of inspiration and it's actually right by you. So what is around you already? What is right there that has been trying to get your attention? Last week we were talking about this with my friend Jane, and she actually created a flower essence that she calls the Vision flower essence. It's for vision. And so it might also be that something like that could be a contribution to you. So there are 4 different flowers. Like what if this is interesting to you, find out about flowers, read about Bach flowers, for instance, about this British doctor who came up with that just by looking at flowers, by going into the woods and exploring what is there, what flowers, what wildflowers are actually growing here. And even in the depth of winter, you can walk through the woods with the question, what is actually growing here? There's a lot that is there that you might have never looked at. What is here? what animals are living here, what birds are here, what is right in my backyard that I have never seen. Earth is not dead during winter, so could that maybe change the energy of your resistance? What are you actually resisting? And is this even yours? All the resistance? Have you maybe gotten so used to resisting? What if you said instead yes to possibility rather than saying no to you? Oh, yes. Have you grown up with people who always said no to you? You cannot do that. No, not that. What are you thinking? And then you got so used to that energy that now you say no to you. And are you willing to let that go and change it? What if you said yes to you? And then you could ask, all right, so this would be fun. Let's say you found something that, wow, this is really fun. These colors are fun. I want to play with that. And then you can ask, okay, how can I create this? What do I need? What do I require? All right, so I get a pad of paper and I'm just looking at my stacks down there in the box. Different. I have all kinds of different paper here. I love paper. And then there's, for instance, even black, thick paper where I can use pastels and chalks to draw on black paper. Or there's so many colors. Pastel paper, you can find this in so many beautiful colors, and get some pastel sticks and draw, just enjoy it and enjoy the texture of it. Also, I love to get in touch with the texture of the art materials. Like the chalk is very earthy. It's really, and then just think about it. Who made it and how did they make this? And the pigments from the earth, the chalks are really beautiful, very earthy energy. And then there are the watercolors that are mixed with water. And then they dry out when you let them dry out. And you can put a little bit of a drop of water on them, and then you can paint again. It's like, wow, all of this. And so play with that. How much fun can you have? Also, what I like a lot, I'm looking at those over there. I have, there are spiral bound books that are made of really beautiful paper. It's art paper. And so it's not a thin paper, it's a thicker paper that you can also use for different media. You can use pencils and you can make drawings. You can use inks and you can also do collages. What if you create this beautiful book? I have books and journals that I created that way, where I did a drawing of something and then there are leaves in there and pretty feathers and then I'm writing. So what if that is something that is fun for you, where you gather the findings from the trails and you put them in there. And then you write a note. Doesn't have to be long. So everywhere you have made artistic creation into this gigantic project that will take so much time. So it's all conclusions. It's just in your head. It's not true. So if you actually ask yourself, well, is this all true? Like, what am I actually creating here? So everywhere you have made art and creation about an endeavor that is lengthy and time consuming, and it takes so much that you never touch it, never do it, let that go. It's an invention. It's not real. Because, like, truthfully, you could just take a pencil and you could start dabbling, just like dabbling. And then you add just a wash of a watercolor paint, beautiful color, and that's it, right? So everywhere you have really made it very difficult for you to have that enjoyment and that fun and the artistic creation. So are you willing to let that go? Thank you. And keep asking questions. What do I love about making it difficult for me? And if nothing was difficult for me, how would my life be? Are you willing to let that resistance go and not avoid, but put your little toes into the waters of creation and creativity, whatever that is for you, whatever is fun for you. Oh, another cool thing to do is libraries, actually. Go to a library and just look through the whatever. Okay, what I love doing is, it's so playful. I'm just like going in there, or a Barnes and Noble or whatever store, and I go in there and I say, hey body, where do we go here? What would be fun? Where is something juicy and joyful for us that is gonna inspire us and create this energy? And so I invite my body into this, and then we just walk down the aisle somewhere, and then all of a sudden I stand in front of this book or something, and it's magical. What if life is a magical journey of surprises and things that are different than you expect them to be? And what if that is not wrong, but strong? What if that is a strong inspiration for you that you can create with? So everybody, I adore you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming on the Monday Morning Inspiration. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you would like me to talk about something, specifically a theme that has been rummaging in your universe that you would like us to dive into here. We can do that. So have a wonderful week. Keep creating, and what is possible with the joy of creation.